Relativity, the explanation for gravity is that matter bends space. And so you put mass in a place in space, it warps space-time, and objects are not feeling a force of gravity, they're just following the natural curvature. And so you put matter and it warps space-time. And so if I have another object, it also warps space-time. They feel that and they're attracted to each other. And so that's Einstein's picture of gravity. Objects warp space-time, feel that curvature, and move accordingly. If you have more mass, it's going to bend space-time more. And so if you have objects here, they are going to respond to that, right? And so you put something there, now it's attracted. Now, in reality, that big mass would feel the warping of space-time by the marble too, right? It would move a little bit, but we usually ignore that. You know, the Earth makes the sun move a little bit, but it's so small you can ignore it. The moon makes the Earth kind of wobble around a point 3/4 of the way from the center of the Earth. We usually don't account for that when we're looking at satellite motion. Well, instead of just letting go of one, what if I give it a sideways push? Now it orbits. Now it's losing energy, which wouldn't happen in the solar system, right? Not noticeably. There's some perturbations from other planets and things, but this one does lose energy and spirals in. Why is everything going in the same direction? Well, the answer is it wasn't. Different directions. But there was a preferred direction. The disk it formed from had a slight preference one way versus another, and things going the opposite way got eliminated, and when it's all said and done, everything's going the same way. That works 90% of the time. And so I have slightly more in one hand than another, but I don't consciously do that. And you want to get them so they spread out a little when you throw it.
It's because they're colliding with each other that you...
The ones going the wrong way get eliminated, right? Now there also would have been, this is where this analogy breaks down. There's, another dimension, right? But those things that were out of the plane also, that weren't near the preferred plane, also got eliminated. Now, some things we've discovered using this. Also, that's just some larger marbles. Might as well put them out. But they bend space-time too, right? And so maybe, you can get one thing to orbit another. There we go. So the Earth-Moon system, maybe. Another thing this does, you've probably seen plastic ones of these, right? The Discovery Center, Children's Discovery Museum in San Jose has one. The Exploratorium has one. Sometimes they have them at shopping malls to get you to put money in it. But one thing you can't do with those is put two masses in. And so when we went to the moon, when we first started, we sent our spaceships on what are called free return trajectories. So they would go to the moon, this is hard to get to happen, and they would come back in like a figure eight. And so that lets you show, now of course the moon's a lot smaller, but if you look at the plots of the free return trajectory back from the Apollo program, you'll see it has a figure eight sort of shape.
In the video you just saw, space-time was demonstrated in 2 dimensions. However, it is important to realize that this warping occurs in the 3 dimensions of the world we know. In this image, you can see how this phenomenon can be represented in 3 dimensions. This next animation shows a moving version of this image. An object pulls on space-time in all directions as it travels through it, warping it. Finally, this image shows how the Earth warps space-time in all directions. While the 2-dimensional representation is fun to learn with, remember that it has limitations.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like a further explanation of the video you just watched, check out our lensing video linked below.